technologically illiterate people had to become literate because they were motivated by money. So you're motivated by a few dollars, but you're not motivated by a permanent paradise? That's ridiculous.
And you don't have that hunger anymore, and then obviously things start to fall apart.
I had the choice to make. Do you go to trial and end up getting 10 years and end up being a sex offender on a crime you didn't commit?
That was the first time like somebody told me something that like I couldn't see or touch, and I believed it.
Islam teaches you prevention and not cure. Prevention over the cure.
What do you say to Muslims that they see what's going on in places like Gaza, or they see what's going on in China, wherever it may be, and you have some scholars that say that you have to just take whatever the government do because it's a certain hadith that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that even if the rulers would like hit your back, or you still have to take it.
Understood. Well, Allah, he clearly speaks to the Jews in the Quran, telling them not to confuse the truth with the falsehood, and not to conceal the truth while you know. Okay, so these are two things now. One is concealing the truth, and second is taking a little bit of truth and adding it and mixing it with a bunch of misconceptions and nonsense. So the concept of a ruler, you have to obey the ruler absolutely. You have to listen to a ruler absolutely. You have to keep silent. First and foremost is that's a huge, gigantic mixture. The Prophet ﷺ in those hadiths, he's talking about a Muslim ruler, an Islamic ruler that has oppression with him, that has sin with him. As long as he is Muslim and as long as he's a legitimate ruler, you have to obey him. You have to listen to him. But we don't live in an Islamic or Muslim country or state. Our government is what? Blatant, open non-Muslims.
No.
So how does that even apply? That makes no sense.
Right.
Let alone the fact that every verse that you mentioned about obeying and listening and following, there are verses in hadiths that talk about enjoining the good, forbidding the evil, speaking for the truth, not selling out your deen, okay? Standing up for the truth no matter what, saying the truth even if the truth is bitter. All right, so you have to take all of the Quran and all of the Sunnah, and we can't take that which is convenient. All right, an oppressive husband, he's only going to tell his wife the verses that talk about obey the husband, respect the husband, listen to the husband. Absolutely. But what about the hadiths talking about treating the wife kindly?
No.
Respecting the wife, feed the wife, clothe the wife, put a roof over the wife's head. Or do you ever hear those? No. You'll never ever hear that, but it's all going to be kiss my feet. If you were on the back of a camel, you can't go to heaven without me, so on and so forth, because that suits his agenda. So we have to be careful of agendifying and weaponizing Quran and Sunnah for our whims and our desires. And what is more convenient for a regime than to promote and to propagate that which is in its own benefit? So the Muslim ruler and a non-Muslim ruler, any ruler, he has responsibility. He has a duty to protect, to serve, to uphold the law. Is this not the case?
No.
In our country, in the West, he takes an oath to uphold the Constitution and to protect the America from its enemies, internal or domestic. So it's not just about, I'm the ruler, I'm in charge, listen to me no matter what I say, no matter what takes place. La. All of the Quran, all of the Sunnah, in the proper light. So at the end of the day, we in the West, we don't live in an Islamic state. That's first and foremost. So that doesn't apply, period. Period. Okay? And from the values that our country takes pride in is freedom of speech. And obviously we know that isn't absolutely true, because there are many people with different things you do talk about, you will get silenced.
No.
But at the end of the day, there is a level of freedom of speech. And this is your haqq to speak up. So, I mean, you can't take something from the Middle East and apply it to, like you said, the Bronx. Nor can you take the culture, the religion, the society of the Bronx and force it down the throats of the people living in the Middle East.
No.
They would never accept that. So why do, once again,
Yeah.
the demographic.